Keeper, from director Osgood Perkins, is a rather disappointing horror movie with few scares, but if you want to see something that's actually scary, keep watching to the end of the video. Going back to Keeper, this is now the second of two notable horror films this year to have adopted the tone of classic fairy tales, the other being Zach Cregger's Weapons. But while that film successfully embraced a modern Brothers Grimm sensibility, mixing sinister fantasy with genuine unease, Keeper assembles the pieces of a surreal fairy tale horror only to do very little with them, as Perkins and screenwriter Nick Leppard collaborate on a film that slips quickly into generic convention, leaving its ambitious hint of myth and fantasy stranded. After an opening montage showing women across history being hunted by an unseen force, the film shifts to Liz and Malcolm, played respectively by Tatiana Maslany and Rossif Sutherland, a couple celebrating their anniversary at a secluded forest cabin where, of course, strange events begin to surround Liz, including eerie visions of the women from the prologue and the mysterious arrival of a cake whose ingredients go far beyond eggs and flour. It's important to note that Keeper was conceived and filmed during a production hiatus on Perkins' previous film The Monkey during the 2023 industry strikes, with the director hiring Canadian writer Leppard and various Canadian actors whose participation would not conflict with union restrictions, and as a result the movie's sparse cast, contained setting and isolated tone unmistakably resemble a project shaped by external limits, much like films shot during the height of the COVID era. But more distracting is how rarely Perkins displays the unnerving dark humour and atmospheric confidence of his earlier work, in a film that feels like something made on the side, which, in a way, it actually was. Leppard's script proves surprisingly conventional, for while the film toys with David Lynch-style imagery, with Maslany and Jeremy Cox's cinematography carrying it visually, its long stretch of vague visions, strange behaviour and thinly sketched characters leads only to an underwhelming explanation, with scenes drifting rather than building towards something interesting, and the movie never develops the tensional thematic clarity needed to sustain its dreamlike tone. When Keeper finally pivots fully into fairy tale territory, the shift feels unearned, for the ideas behind it come off as both ambitious and oddly generic, as though the film suddenly bolts toward a fantastical ending that not only lacks the groundwork to support it, but delivers it with an apathy that rubs off on the viewer who is already too bored to care. Ultimately, if you want a 2025 horror film with genuine fairy tale energy, Weapons is the better choice, as it embraces its blend of fantasy and horror with far more conviction than the disappointingly two-star Keeper, which ends up feeling like a half-hearted side project from otherwise capable filmmakers. And now for something that's way scarier than anything in Keeper. I've gotten rid of most of my hair! Ah! I'm just trying out a new look, so let me know what you think and maybe I'll work up the courage to go completely bald in the future. Visit the Film Feeder website to read my more detailed review, but for now, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe for more reviews, and I'll see you next time.